to Harrison Roadhouse to Hidden Creek Farms. Our next guest has been able to share his music all around mid-Michigan.
And not only does he perform, he writes his own music as well. And guess what? Today he's going to share a few new songs he's got on the way. We've got Seth Austin Enos with us this afternoon. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
We're excited to have you. You got your guitar all ready, but before you perform, look at that little tease that he has. We haven't seen you and your guitar on stage and online as well, but we have to ask kind of what got you into music. Was there, performance that you remember that really inspired you to kind of pick up the guitar?
Yeah, it was actually my dad that got me into music.
Okay.
So he was in the military, got stationed overseas in Iraq. He bought a guitar for himself, bought one for me, gave me some lessons, and then as soon as he got back, me and him were playing together. So.
Oh, how wonderful. Oh my goodness, I can imagine how excited and happy he was already coming home, but getting a chance to play with his son. Now, performing is one thing. Writing songs is something completely different.
Oh, yeah.
So what's the process when you're writing your own original music?
Yeah, sometimes they start out as poems, sometimes they start out as musical ideas, and then they're fitting together like puzzle pieces, but it's different every single time. It's its own little adventure.
Oh, there you go. An adventure that you take your audience members on every night. And, we mentioned about the places that you've been able to perform here locally, but what do you love about performing for mid-Michigan audiences? When either it's a small crowd or a big crowd and you get one person standing or everybody standing, what do you love about that?
Yeah, I've played at Horrocks quite a bit. I love playing there and just being really involved in the community, really involved in my church and my school, seeing all my classmates there, so that's always been really fun.
I love that. And Horrocks, I have to say, is like a vibe. Come on, with the music on top of that makes it even better. But not only do you perform, you actually make time to teach others how to play too. So what's that big piece of advice that you give to students, especially when they're picking up a guitar or any instrument for the first time?
Oh yeah, the biggest thing is just to keep going and keep practicing. Dedicate, if it's just 5 minutes, every day is the biggest thing.
Absolutely. Can I say that people don't realize sometimes just doing something little by little by little, the smallest amount of work makes a big difference in the long run.
Oh
yeah. And the determination, dedication, and discipline too. You have to make sure you put that 5 minutes in every single day. But we have to mention that you do have your very first 4-song EP coming out in March. So tell us what that EP is going to feel like with what kind of songs that you have on there.
Yeah, I've been recording and putting out a few songs as singles. This is finally my first little collection of songs. So there's a couple ones that some people might recognize up there, a couple new ones, kind of heading more into a rock direction as well, so that's been really fun for me.
How exciting. Okay, that is awesome. And throughout your time and journey playing music and being a musician, what's the biggest thing you think you've learned, especially when you're getting up on stage too?
Yeah, just being personable and interacting with people and having fun, going around shaking hands. It's been my favorite part.
Absolutely. Now, this is a question, sometimes we're like, what's your favorite song to play? And everyone's like, I don't know. It's like, asking what's our favorite kid. But do you have a song, or does that change depending on where the venue is?
All the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get requests, and I like to interact with the audience in that way. And like, oh yeah, I can play that tune. And that changes all the time.
There you go.
Is there a certain song you like to play with your dad?
We love to play Pink Floyd. Wish You Were Here. That's always a good one. There's a couple guitar parts, so me and him trade off different guitar parts. It's so much fun.
There you go. Look at that, and that memory. And I really like it's like full circle, where you guys learned that as kids, and then now you are, as adults, and you're able to, riff off of each other, right? Is that a lingo? Riff?
Yeah, riff off.
Yeah.
With the guitar too.
Yes, exactly.
And speaking of, stick around, because Seth is going to riff off the guitar. He's actually going to perform one of his songs called One Car Drive-In when we come back after the break.